What up? How y'all doing tonight? I'm just chilling and I'm not I'm not really I'm gonna look up in a few, but since nobody's in here and whatnot. Oh wow. Excuse me. What up, Cheryl? How you doing tonight? So what's been going on? What up, I am? How you doing? I'm good. I I've been struggling a little, but I'm good. Wow. You know, it's hot. My house be freezing. And yo, it's so hot out here in Texas to where like the hot part of the day it's like we don't even have air conditioning on. And we had the air on earlier and it was so hot in here to where we had to bring it down and run a fan. And if when you have to run a fan with your AC to get cool, that's just ridiculous. Especially when your AC is on something like 74 degrees and it was still warm in here. Oh, now he won't come in here and cut on the fan. How nice of him. So if I start coughing, it's because of the air. That's why I don't necessarily want to, but it's just easier for me to eat canned stuff or whatnot. My son think he the fried boss, and when he fried chicken, that shit be having me in here to well. What up, Miss Boosie? How you doing? That shit be having me in here to where it really fucks off my fucking breathing. And I'm like, damn, your ass that fucking fat that you don't give a fuck about my health, so you can eat fried chicken. That's fucked up. Go your ass and buy something from Popeyes or something. Cause we have how many I'm gonna say? Two places down the way that sell fried chicken. I feel like just go buy your ass something. Don't be frying shit up in here. But my chicken better. Okay, well then act like we back in the country and shit. Go fry it on the porch. Oh wow, y'all had a power outage. Well, how about Odessa, Texas? Don't even have running water. I think I prefer to. Well, I don't know, y'all. That's a hard one to decide. Do you want to be in the heat in the dark, or do you want no water? I think I'd take the no water because you can still go to the store and buy water. But in this heat, with no kind of AC, no fan, or nothing, that he'd be kicking your ass. Damn. Lord. I was reading that today. I went, Lord, may they get their water situation together. Cause no, I prefer to be without water than not without power. Yes. I ain't call you. Yeah, I most definitely. I think I prefer to be without power than water. No, water than power. My bad. I was um I was reading. I don't normally you read Yahoo feed or whatever. Man, they got a lot of fucked up shit going on around this world. Right, Miss Wu said, I need power. Excuse me. They had this man that killed his son, and then they had this woman that stabbed her daughter in the heart. I was like, wow. The daughter survived though. I don't know how she survived it, but she survived. And she talking about she don't really want to press charges or whatever. I was like, really, to tell you the truth, I don't want to know what to tell her in that situation because it's her mama. Like no kid wants to see their mama go to jail because of them, even if it was something they didn't do. So in that situation, I feel like I'm like, I don't even know what to tell you, Black. Right? They had this one woman on there, and her son was one of the people that was, I guess, assaulting gay people at a parade. She said, "What up, Ebony? How you doing?" Her son was one of the people. Yeah, the world is. They have a lot of senseless killings nowadays, and her son was one of them people who attacked the gay pride parade or whatever, and she said she threw him out. She said she ain't have time for that bullshit. She said once he got arrested from being with them dumbasses and she still couldn't tell him nothing, she just put him out. Then they had this man in Chicago, and that shit touched me. That shit just it was worse than the woman stabbing her child. This man he killed his kids. He told his wife, if I can't have them, you can't either. And he tried to kill himself, so he said, but he couldn't do it. That's good, Ebony. And I was like, I, people don't understand the real meaning of what love is, obviously, because if he really loved his kids, why would he kill them? That's just fucking crazy. So a lot of shit going on, and Keisha party was just last weekend, and it felt like that was a whole lifetime ago. Like, damn. And it really does. Because I was talking to somebody. What up, Janelle? How you doing? Because I was talking to somebody who knew about the party, and she was like, "How was y'all party?" And I was like, "Damn, we just had that party, huh?" What up, Kiki? Oh, thank you for watching the commercials. But okay, right. No, you saying that they had this I don't know where the hell he was at. They was in Houston. This fucking dude was mad at his girlfriend, broke up with his girlfriend, went to her house. This is my stuff. I brought this, and he took it. And in the process of doing that, he shot her in the shoulder, went back inside and executed her baby. I went, what did that child have to do with any of that? I went, damn. The girl was 9 years old. Too much shit going on. And that's part of why I don't do the news. Because if you focus too much on the bad shit, it'll fuck up all the good shit for you. That's not the devil. I think it's just people that's just sheer ignorant, people who have been raised to get their way and stuff like that. Because regardless of how it goes, we all have free will. Right, Janelle? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, the world is different now. But but it's all because parents are different now. You know, these parents nowadays don't have the respect. What up, Melissa? How you doing? These parents nowadays love you too. These parents nowadays don't raise their kids how we was raised. Their parents are immature. There's always some motherfucker, leave them kids alone, let them be kids. But bitch, I'm not raising kids. The end game is for them to be responsible adults. I heard about that one, Cheryl. Yeah, I heard about that. Not only that, they're relying on other people that are not responsible also to raise their kids. That's like Keisha's party. I had enough at the beginning, but because Keisha went to go get dressed, I stayed in here. But because I'm not the type of person to leave strangers in my house like that. Even if I know them, I know you, but that don't mean you're not a stranger to me. And or leave devils free range in my house. Uh I leave Keisha in here. Hopefully she somewhat kind of control the situation and whatnot. But with that party, I was done with it before it started. Oh no, I don't mind throwing a good house party, but I've been stopped going to clubs. What up, Trisha? How you doing? And man, I kid you not. And this broad is the type of parent that I'm talking about. But them motherfucking kids came in here, they fucked up the decorations. Like in, I'm gonna say, fucked them up real good within like 10, 15 minutes. And, all their mama said was, Keisha gonna get y'all. Bitch, that's your kids. What you mean Keisha gonna get them? Why the fuck you ain't trying to stop these bad motherfuckers? Then on top of that, motherfucker had the nerve to bring a belt. What you brought that for, decorations? Because if that had been my kids, I'd have got up and I'd have started whipping the shit out of them. And it wouldn't have mattered where the fucking belt fucking landed on them. Coming to people's house doing some shit like that at their party. What up, Melissa? My bad, I ain't see you. Nah, you called. You ain't had nothing to say when your kids was doing that shit. Nothing to say. But when I called her baby fat, oh, he don't like people to call him that. Well, bitch, his ass fat. Fuck that. I say fuck. Like I told the little boy, you taking offense to that. If you take offense to that shit, even though you're young, you can do something about it. I said, but you crying about that. I said, my baby half your size. And I call him fat. Because even though it hasn't caught up with him, he has a fat man mentality. If you let him, he'll lay up in the bed and eat his food. Motherfucker get mad with us because we tell him he can't be in my room eating food like that, being in the bed and shit. He talking about why I can't eat in the bed. Boy, if you don't get your fat ass out my face. This little boy, I said, you mad because I called you fat and you won't take offense. I said, motherfucker, look around you. Damn near everybody in this fucking party fat. Maybe not a few of the kids, but everybody in this motherfucker fat. And he started laughing, and then he going, well, can I have a cupcake today, right now, then? Sure, you can't play with these kids today. Fuck these kids today. Fuck his fat ass. His little ass was fat. I don't know how old he was, but I know he wasn't wearing no fucking, with boys, how they go is they wear what their age is. Kids normally. Right. Like Alonzo's 6. And we put him in a 7 because we want him to grow into his clothes. But he can fit a 6. But I don't buy him the 6 because 6 be coming in. That motherfucker was standing over there by that cupcake tower. Just, well, can I have a cupcake? Can I have a cupcake? Right, Trisha. Right. That's fucking right. Don't cry about being fat. This Sam the boy, he wanted the cupcake. Then his mama was like, I said, okay, y'all go ahead. I asked Marika, I was like, well, that's, it's for the party, but, it's your party, so to speak. She was like, I don't know, maybe you should ask Keisha. So I said, all right then. I said, Keisha, can the motherfuckers have a cupcake? She said, it don't matter. Then his mama fix him a plate of food. This motherfucker gonna tell his mama, oh, don't just give me no one leg, give me 2 legs right now. And she stood there and argued with him why he couldn't have 2 legs. Right, Ebony. You too, Kiki Lee. Anyway, he gonna fuss with his mama why he can't have 2 fucking legs. I was like, bitch, didn't you bring a belt with you? We wasn't worried about waiting to no end for them cupcakes. Tell you the truth, after them children got that sugar in them, they kind of sat the fuck down like junkies shooting up. And then she had a cake. Damn, we went to the exact same store today. I wanted a piece of that cake. She gonna send that bitch home with her. Man, and then that fat bitch heard me say I wanted a piece of that cake. And just because I was in the back, just snuck out here with that fucking cake without leaving me a piece. Fat fucker. And I know she just ran out here with that like that because the punk ass motherfucker she was with was talking about, oh, I'm going to tear that cake up. My tolerance is not low for little dumb fucks. I don't mind disciplining other people, turning and telling them shit. But before the party started, Keisha was like, fuck these decorations. I'm done with it. So when she said that, and she was right there when they started fucking the shit up, I just let it go. Because normally I'd have been like, if y'all don't sit y'all monkey motherfucking asses down. But my baby rarely get chances to play with other kids that I'm aware of that really play. So after the party, I said, "You had fun with them little project children?" He was like, "Yeah, I had fun with them, but what is project children?" I said, "Them little children you was fucking playing with." And no disrespect to anybody who grew up in the projects, but most mothers that had a handle on their children and shit and they didn't want them to be out there at night fucking around with them little children and shit. They bring their ass inside. Like when I would go to the projects with my friend, we wasn't outside all night. She didn't mind if we was outside all fucking day long as the sun was shining. But once it get dark, she told us we better be our bitch asses inside. And she wasn't even there. Man, motherfuckers tell me I'm too, I don't know what way they put it. They say I expect too much. I don't think I do. I'm just, and what I mean by that is, the party was for Ricky. Now this was her boyfriend's first time officially meeting us, even though we done knew to his kids for like 2, 3 years. Right, Trisha? And yeah, I've been knowing his kid since the kid was about 1. Right, Ebony? And I've been knowing his kid since the kid was at least 1. At the party, I asked him how old he was now, and he told me 4. Now, she been messing with this dude for like 5 years. Well, the little boy at 4, he not her son, but she been with him for 5 years. And this was our first time officially meeting him. Now, I feel like if the broad you with means something to you and you going to an event for her and your first time really meeting her family, you're gonna be dressed kind of decent. And what I mean by kind of decent, you know, and I put this loosely when I say kind of decent, when I say this, a decent pair of pants, a decent shirt. I'm not worried too much about the footwear. Because, some people can't wear fucking good shoes. And what I mean by good shoes is loafers or, just some really nice dress shoes. What up, Tweety B? How you doing? So, fuck. Right, Trisha? So, I'm saying, and when I say pants, I'm not necessarily talking about slacks. I'm just saying you know. So the party started later than whatever. I don't know what time it really was supposed to start. But people didn't really start coming till like maybe 10:30, 11. And Rika friends was outside waiting on her to get here and shit. Because Keisha said she wasn't opening the door till she got here. So they was outside waiting. Keisha calling her, bitch, what's taking you so long? Why you ain't here? This your party. You should have been here first. Oh, well, I'm waiting on him to come get me and his son, and we gonna be on our way. Okay, well, they finally get here. He still ain't come in. He's sitting outside in the cold. Okay. Well, maybe he won't make a grand entrance. But when he got here, he's so fucking short and shit. I couldn't see him behind the people. So I saw his face, but I didn't see, what he was wearing and whatever, whatever. So yeah, that's fucking rude. That's what I'm saying. So so I just go back to what the fuck I'm doing. He don't really come over here to Keisha leave. Now I turn and I look because this fat motherfucker done blocked my motherfucking fan. We said it was hot today of the party because some motherfucker cut the AC off. Well, I turned because I'm not getting no air no more. Thanks, Janelle. And what I saw was just blatant. You sitting in front of my fan for one was blatant disrespect. But bitch, you meeting the broad you fuck with parents for the first time, and you fucking up on all kind of levels. And I know why he was sitting in that car, cause he was like, they gonna tell me something. They gonna tell me something. I could tell you all I won't fucking tell you. It's up to her to implement what the fuck I'm telling her. And since she's not gonna implement it, it don't make no sense for me to tell you nothing. But when I turn and look, cause I wasn't getting no more fucking air, I see this motherfucker. He got his little hat on and all his hair just all bushy and nasty and bitch ain't even have the decency to tie the shit up. And he looked like he just got up out of his bed, or he just rolled up out of his bed and wore that because he planned on going back to his bed and he ain't want to do too much work. When I saw that, I was like, I had to look at her, and I looked at him, and I looked at her, and I looked at our friendship that was over here by me. And I'm just looking at all them, and I'm like, bitch, your friend boyfriend had more decency to dress decent than this motherfucker you with. And this party's for you. But children don't like to listen to people. They don't like to listen to parents and shit. Because even though I was giving her shit for the little boy, as Alonzo grew out it, I would hand it down to her. Cause I knew the little boy. She was fucking with the boy with the little boy and shit and whatnot. And that child don't have shit to do with nothing. But this, when I saw how he was dressed, I wanted to go clean the fuck off on him. But then I guess that would have ended the party because that motherfucker wasn't fly. That motherfucker didn't even give a fuck. And then when I talked to my daughter and we having a conversation, she gonna say, "Oh, he had just came from the pool." I say, "See, I said that shit because I was having a conversation with somebody else who had been at the party, and we was like, I say he looked like he was at the pool or something, or he was in his night clothes or some shit. Fucking t-shirt he had on. It was it had a little slogan or some shit on it, but the shit was so ate up you didn't know what the fuck it was saying, and he had on some high shorts, kind of like pool shorts, and he had on flip flops. Right, Trisha? His son was even dressed more decent than him. The little boy had on a blue shirt and some white shorts. I don't even know why people put boys in white shorts. Ebony, why did you say that? Me and him was having a conversation. No, he didn't. Because he didn't want to do it twice. But back on what Ebony was saying, me and her was having a conversation and I was talking about him. So he decided to start talking too. And right, Tweety B, right. So me and her talking, and I don't know how the conversation get on gifts. Oh, because Father's Day coming up, right? And my daughter was telling him, long as I've been with you, you should at least give me a promise ring or this, that, and the other. And I said, what the fuck? Bitch, if I was by you, I'd smack the fuck out you. Because if you gotta tell him to do it, he's not your man and he doesn't want to be your man. He just like what's going on and he taking advantage of it. And she got mad. She was like, but I've been with him for 5 years and I've been ride or die, this, that, and other. I said, you have. He hasn't been showing you nothing. And he gonna tell her, you want a promise ring? I give you a promise ring. But you gonna have to show out for Father's Day and my birthday for me to give you a promise ring. You too, Melissa. You be safe and have a blessed weekend as well. Hope the storm don't tear y'all up too much. Give y'all a little relief from the heat. Be blessed and have a good night. And so he telling her, right, Ebony, Right, Trisha? So he telling her, well, for me to do shit for you. I know she gonna be mad when she see this, but y'all, this shit burned me up so bad. And and then for him to show up dressed like that, and she fucking, oh no, he at least he was there. You don't want a motherfucker that's just at least there. Fuck that shit. Tell him suck your at least there ass and go about his fucking business. I never understood that shit about fucking young women. Why why accept this shit? Why accept bullshit? And I'm like, why are you still accepting this bullshit? He won't even claim you as a girlfriend. Where the fuck you get a promise ring out of that? Ooh, Lord, these fucking young people. The same shit was going on with somebody else. And I was like, you know what though? That motherfucker only gonna do what you let him. So you keep letting him treat you like that, he gonna keep treating you like that. Right, Trisha? Like, bitch, I ain't even a bitch that helped make you a father. I'm not even a bitch that helped make you a father. I've been raising your kid though. I'm just right, right, Trisha, and that's what I'm trying to make her understand. Bitch is your house that y'all live in. It ain't your house. It's not even his house. Oh, back to that shit. Oh, you're gonna have to show out for me to do something for you. I said, daughter, what the fuck he did for you for your birthday? When she told me, let's just put it this way, I'm not gonna hear for her. She might call me and tell me Happy Father's Day, but that's all. That's as far as the conversation goes. No, because when he don't want to be bothered, he go stay with his mama. I was like, I was like, bitch, get your shit together. Please get your shit together. Hey, before you run, thank you. Right. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. That was just the part of the conversation me, her, and he put his ass in was having. And I was like, this is why the shit that happens to you happens to you. No matter how much you try to fucking teach them and oh no, you just trying to stop me from having friends and stop me from having fun. Bitch, please. I don't have time for that shit, bitch. I'm trying to teach you. That shit, well, at least he showed up. That shit burnt me the fuck up. That shit literally burnt me the fuck up. Because, bitch, you don't want at least he showed up. You want him to show up and show out. You don't want him to just show up. Right, Miss Boosie? Then that's like the other day, we was on the phone and they was supposed to be going to dinner or something. And she was like, you just gonna bring him to dinner looking like that? So for her to say something, the little boy was not dressed like she felt he should have been dressed. And so I say, well, he a little bitty motherfucker. Even though he full, he probably wear 3. He's little. He might wear 4, maybe. He's little. And I was like, well, what size shoes he wear then? Because, I got all them shoes and shit in there for Alonzo and shit. And the size she told me, though, I had gave them all away, though. I might do have a pair of Tins in there. I'm going to have to look in my closet and see. I think I do have a pair of Tins. It's them fucking Felines. Or did I give them Felines already? No, them Felines are 11. Right, Janelle? Right. I was like, y'all bitches is. I was like, bitch, if that was the motherfucker I was fucking with, he would have had to wait in the car. I wouldn't have even told. And if he had came in his door, I'd have been like, what the fuck you doing in here? Didn't I tell you go sit in the fucking car till I'm ready? No word of lie. I ain't sitting in no car. Well, bitch, when I call you, bitch, be back to pick me up. But bitch, you're not coming in here like that. Oh Lord, these young women just accept too much bullshit. And then it'd be different if, yeah, he buy groceries when he wants something to eat. Yeah, Trisha, for real. You want a plate? I had that little boy bring you one later on. Or you could eat after the party. You could get the leftovers. But bitch, you ain't coming in here. Stop accepting shit. Cause bitch, 9 out of 10, he ain't won't be in here anyway. Because later on, we looking for him because they was talking about some shit, And it was like, where he at? He outside on the phone again. Now, mind you, they did have music playing and shit, but it's one thing for you to go outside to talk on the phone, and it's a whole other thing when your kid run out there with you. Right, right, Miss Boosie. Right. That's like Curtis came home and then he was telling us about some girl at his job, who old man abused them. And I was like, how y'all know? How y'all know that? And if she telling people, he need to get the fuck on. But them motherfuckers be stalking people and shit. They these girls give them the life that they want shit but don't want work for. And then when they decide they done had enough, then the motherfucker won't come kill them. Mm, shit just damn. Well, I'm gonna move on from that because I could talk about stupid bitches all night. Oh wow, Miss Lucy. Thanks, Kiki Lee. Y'all know, uh, last week I was talking about I was going to Walmart because I wanted this soap, but I couldn't find it and shit, right? Well, just so happened today, I went up in there. That was the first place I went. I didn't look for nothing else. I went straight to the soap and I saw it. And yo, it was the only one there. They had this old lady, she was looking at it, but she moved out the way to let me pass. And when I passed, I just reached my hand out like I was dunking a basket and I grabbed it and I kept on going. Right, right. I'm telling you. Because when I went, they didn't even have the lavender no one. What the hell are you saying? Oxtails, garden hose, and seven concentrates, seven for? What's that for? I reached out like fucking Jordan and I grabbed that bitch and I kept going because I saw her and I knew her eye was on it. But I wanted that soap and it was the only fucking one. And I wasn't fucking letting her get it. Yardley London Essential All Super Blend. It smells so fucking good. And I'm only down to one bar. I had been integrating other soaps in, so I didn't use it that much because I've been looking for this soap for over a month at Walmart. And that's when I saw it was the only one. And I looked at that old lady and I saw her looking because she had passed it up, but she stopped. And when I started looking, she started looking where I was looking at. No, baby, you ain't about to get that one. No, I went to my normal store. Right, Trisha? Yeah, Ebony, I did. Yeah, I did. Because she was looking at some other soap. But she saw me looking right there and she turned and looked. And I was like, oh no, bitch, it ain't happening. It ain't happening like that. I'm gonna get that soap. And I was like, fuck that. And then they only had one. I knew if I let her just sit there and be nice and shit, well, go ahead. She was gonna get my soap. Fuck that. I saw that motherfucker. I grabbed that bitch. Thank you. And I saw her looking at me. Bitch, I don't give a fuck. Look at me all you want. Matter of fact, I wanted that soap so bad, I put it by me. Because people will go around and steal out your basket. Right. That's mine. It's gonna be mine. And I don't care how you feel about it. Go look somewhere else for it. And Curtis was like, well, can't you get that at Dollar Tree? I said no. Dollar Tree only sell the lavender and the oatmeal almond. Right, Miss Boosie? And I was like, she. I'm sorry for you, ma'am, but that's mine. And like I said, people steal out your basket. So I kept that motherfucker close to me. You ain't about to get this one from me, bro. Because if I wouldn't have been looking at it, she wouldn't have looked at it. Like you just trying to steal now. Another thing that burns me up, I hate to see little girls sitting on the laps of men that are not their father. And then I hate to see little girls for sure past a certain age sitting on a man's lap. You know, I understand a man holding his daughter on his lap because there's nowhere for her to sit or he don't want her around and shit and whatever. But a little girl, Right. I hate to see little girls sitting on men laps that are not their father. And then you have to wonder about some of these fathers out here nowadays. And then their mamas just don't do shit about it. Like, oh, she always sitting on his lap. Why is that? Like, ain't no fucking way. Ain't no goddamn way. And that shit there, and I especially hate to see a child that's fucking like, bitch, you sitting on his lap and your feet on the floor. You don't belong sitting on his lap for damn sure. That shit burns me up. Well, yeah, his knees. I don't give a fuck if it is his knees. I don't think no girl should be on no man's knees if it ain't her daddy. However you, however you look at it, I just that don't look appropriate. Then I saw it was on some shit. The child was like directly like between his legs, and I was like, no, no. And now this world is just changing so much and so fast to where shit just people just like accepting shit. And and oh, he ain't gonna do her nothing. Oh, that's my boyfriend. And look, oh, oh, fuck no. No, the girl in no dress don't belong on no man's lap. That's not her daddy. His lap, his knees, nowhere on him. I be, it's so much this, they say this generation with these future kids is just the takeoff generation. And I look and I be like, no, y'all are sadly mistaken. they're gonna be so fucked up that it's gonna take a while for them. You're gonna be calling them can't get right and shit. You know what I mean? Because people don't parent no more. They just put a tablet in their face. They just cut a TV on and they don't parent no more. That's just like how you fucking bribe your kid. What up, Dwayne? Like how you think is acceptable for your little kids to be out at 9:30? You know, we didn't get that privilege like that till we was like teenagers, and we still couldn't leave the porch, so to speak, or the yard. I was telling Keisha last night, she was like, well, we could play in the court. We didn't have no court to play in. We could play from the corner to the end of the house to across the street to that corner and back. That was our square. Thank God my grandma had a double. And yet she'll let us go to the store and shit. But she had snitches along the way. Right. And when I say snitches along the way, okay, my grandmother lived on one end of the block. And at the next corner, across the street, was the corner store. That's the one she used to always let us go to. Because, you know, she knew the man, she raised her children, you know, she watched him grow up and shit like that. So, you know, she was ingrained in that corner store and shit. And they used to give her credit and shit. So she used to let us go to that corner store. I remember one day she sent us to the corner store. She let us go to the corner store. She didn't send us. We was like, we got some money and we want to go buy something. Okay. Well, after we went to the corner store, we only went to that corner store because we had a plot. Okay? Because we could have stopped there before we went to my grandma's house. But our plot was we was gonna go over there, we gonna change our clothes, and we gonna go fuck with these bitches down the street. And what I mean by that, fuck with these bitches down the street. Uh, I don't know. We was fighting them children. We had beef with them children, and they lived on the opposite side of the block with my grandma. So we went to my grandma's house, changed our clothes, cause bitch, you don't want to fight in your uniform. You fuck that up, you got a problem. You really got a problem when you get home, or when my mama come pick us up. So we went there, we changed our clothes, we went to the corner store, we got a few little things. But our real goal was to go fight these children on the back side of my grandma's block. So we went over there, we was fighting with them for a little bit, and then we decided to leave. And but because we was already on that end of the block, we just walked to the corner and went round. And when we got there, my grandma was like, "What y'all was doing?" "Oh, nothing, Mama. We just decided to take the long way back and whatnot, whatnot." She said, "That's what that was." We were like, "Yeah." She looking at us like, "Bitch, you just gonna stand there and lie to me? You think I don't fucking know?" But we still lying. We still lying because we know we ain't have no business doing this shit. She said, "Yeah, well, why y'all was fighting with so and so grandchildren?" Who? We wasn't doing that. Now we kept the lie going some more. Now she done already bust us. "What up, Miss Coconut? Been a while. How you doing?" She done already busted us and told us she knew what the fuck we was doing. "What up, Yaya? How you doing? Been a while. How you doing?" She done already busted us and told us she knew what the fuck we was doing. That's good. But we still had to keep that going just a little bit longer. Till she told us how she knew. Fucking nose ass bitch at the corner store said when he didn't see us walk the way we were supposed to go, he stepped outside to see what the fuck we was doing. Wow. Now we had already dodged Miss Morton nosy ass, because she was on the same side of the street as him, but backed up by my grandma's house. She didn't whip us or nothing, but she wanted to know why we was fighting with so-and-so grandchildren. We was like, damn, yeah, I guess you would know her name. You've been living here forever. But she on the other side of the block. How the fuck you know her? We just let it go. We just, oh, okay, yeah. We told her why we was fighting them and whatever, whatever. He had stopped going around there. "I ain't gonna let y'all go to the store." All right, motherfucker. You got us on that one. Could you imagine what it'd be like if you could really talk like that to your parents and grandmother? It'll be a constant life of getting up off the floor. But then again, maybe not. You know, when they get older, they get soft. That's bullshit, y'all. Because my grandma was not soft with us at all. Not not the way, I thought she would be. But the next generation, she was so soft with them, I wanted to kick their monkey asses. Right, Ebony? Yes. But the way for that to work is when you call them, they don't say, "Bitch, I know my grandchildren ain't doing no shit like that." Because my grandma already knew. The man had already told her we was fighting. He said they ain't fight too long. We was just over there talking shit, a couple of licks passed and shit. And we knew our clock was running down to get back home. But shit. Yeah, they don't have that kind of shit out there no more. Back then, people really believed it took a village. People don't believe in the village no more. And the only way for the village to work, it can't be with none of that shit. Like when I call that little boy a fat ass little boy. Oh, he don't like being called fat. Bitch, you know how many second cousins I had growing up that called me fat? My mama ain't never once be, oh, she don't like to be called fat. She be right there with her. Yeah, look at her little chunky ass. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. Shit ain't like it used to be. People don't raise their kids like they used to. The village done fell apart and got toxic. Both of you can eat a pickle, a nice vlasic. And mhm, eat two vlasics. Right, Ebony? And that is how they used to set us up. Y'all already know why the fuck y'all asking me. I used to hate that shit. You motherfuckers already knew. And that's another thing I didn't like because that was part about us growing up by my grandma's house. My grandma had been there for years, for decades. She raised her children there. And a lot of her neighbors raised their children there and were on their grandchildren just like my grandma. So they knew people for blocks and blocks in. Well, we didn't know those people. And that shit used to, and back then they really believed in the village. We think we gonna go 2 blocks down. She don't know nobody over here. Right. And when you think they don't know somebody, they do. You just don't know that they know somebody. Cause you think when they saying hey, hey, they just speaking and being polite. But that's their partners. And they don't want you to know that they know each other. All women had a way about them. And shit on that. Yep. And that is what happened to our community. The villages collapsed. People started saying, don't tell my baby nothing. Don't, why you saying that? Bitch, you know that little bastard bad like that. If that little bastard doing that shit at home, he do him in the street too. Especially when you ain't around. Lord knows what they doing when you're not around. I remember we was walking to the store and one of my mama friends, she called us, but she didn't snitch on us. But thank the Lord she didn't do us what Keisha told me her auntie did her. We had stole one of my grandma's cigarettes and we went to the store. We know every Saturday morning she gonna send us to the store. Well, and we stole the cigarettes. So we We figured we gonna smoke it on the way to the store or some shit. Thanks, Kiki. And that's the thing. Or if she did snitch on us, she didn't tell us. My grandma didn't tell us nothing. Maybe it wasn't enough concrete evidence. She didn't tell us nothing, but she ain't downplayed if she would have told us something. And man, we didn't like the cigarette, so we ain't even smoked the whole cigarette. We only had a few puffs and threw the shit down. But just so happened, while we thinking we grown, passing this long ass fucking cigarette around, the woman that lived next door to my grandma saw us. Bitch, I could have shitted myself. Cause we was like 3 blocks away from the house. So she driving. She gonna get there before us, damn sure. And she gonna tell on us. Man, nothing ever came of it, dude. And the funny thing about it is, when my grandma found that cigarette in my pocket a year later, she was like, I don't think she messed over you because you have that in your head. After that day, I would have never liked even numbers. And I wouldn't have. After that day, I would have never liked even numbers, or never the fucking day in my life. No, I guess I'm gonna let her tell her own story. But after that day, if I was her, I wouldn't have never liked another even number a day in my life. What happened was she thought she was being slick. And I don't know who she snuck the cigarette from or whatever, but she thought she was being slick waiting till nighttime to go to the bathroom. Well, just so happened when she popped up in the bathroom with her arm behind her back, her auntie was like, "What the fuck?" And she let her know, she finally gave herself up as a cigarette. She was like, "You gonna eat it, or I'm telling your grandma." Well, nobody wants you to tell their grandma on them. She said, "Oh, but I got a surprise for you. Since you like eating cigarettes, hold up. Here go a second cigarette. Eat them." Oh my God, I think we wouldn't have been friends no more. She wouldn't have been my favorite. None of that shit. It was just the thing. Like all our parents smoked. When I say all our parents, like my mama smoked, my daddy smoked, my grandma didn't smoke though. She snuffed it. Tried that too. That was not for me. My uncles smoke, their wives smoke. The only one in that picture that didn't smoke was my youngest uncle's wife. But all my mama's siblings and her smoked. Um, my daddy smoked. All my cool uncles and shit, the older ones and shit smoked. Um, yeah, the younger ones don't smoke. But the first three of my grandma children, you love snuff? I don't care for snuff. Ugh. Only thing I liked about snuff was smelling it. But as far as putting that shit in my mouth and all that, I never cared for snuff. Um, and then we were kids. My parents would be like, light me a cigarette. You want me light it? Yeah, motherfucker, we showed you how to light it. Yeah, well, but eventually curiosity is going to get the best of you. Because they showed us how to light it on the stove. We'll go to that stove. We'll go to that stove, cut that stove on, put the tip of the cigarette in the fire, and light the cigarette. And then we'll blow on it to make sure it was lit, and we'll bring the cigarette to my mom or my daddy. But like I say, we grew up in a different era. Nobody would dare tell their kid light a cigarette for them nowadays. Not no little kid. Fuck, we used to go to the store and buy my parents cigarettes. It's amazing how the world has changed. And because my uncle is just so convinced you had to have a note to buy cigarettes when he was a child. And no, you didn't. You just forging that note made it so that your mama didn't know you was smoking or buying cigarettes. But you didn't need no note in his day. Me too, Trisha. But and it's hard because I've quit a few times before. And once you smell that cigarette smoke again, it's just a war. And but I'm working on that. I'm starting to write down my triggers and shit like that. I know I smoke when I'm bored. I know I smoke when shit work on my nerves. And those are my two main problems. When shit work on my nerves and when I'm bored. And that's why I do these lives. Because it cuts down fucking bored time. Because nowhere to lie. I've been in this live for an hour and a half. If I wasn't doing this live, I'd have probably been smoking 4 cigarettes by now. That's like I had a friend, because we used to go to smoking class together, smoking succession, and she was down to 4 cigarettes. I was like, how the fuck you get down to just 4 cigarettes? She say, I say, what you do? You go buy singles? She was like, no, I buy a pack. And I'm really looking at her crazy now. She say, I just smoke one when I get up in the morning. She say, maybe when I eat lunch, when I eat dinner, and when I go to bed. How the fuck you get down to 4, dude? And that's why I make it, if I wake up in the middle of the night, I make it a practice not to smoke a cigarette, because that one cigarette could send you on that road to where you're going to smoke 2 or 3. And if I wake up in the middle of the night, I just use the bathroom. I don't get too comfortable with being woke, and I lay back down. Shit, I need to get to 10 per day. I most likely can get to 10 per day, but that's the good thing about where I'm at now in my journey and stopping smoking. I'm now to where I well, my limit for a day is a pack. And what I mean by that, once I hit a pack, I just have issues. They mental. It's a mental thing, and I just don't want to smoke no more. All you smoke is chickens and hams, which is too hot to be out there smoking any fucking thing. I would love to fucking grill, but I don't know what I want grill. Or really, I'm saying grill, but when I grill, even when I grill, I smoke. I'm not talking about cigarettes. I'm talking about my meat. Because even when I grill, I smoke because I use hickory or I use cherry or I use some kind of chips or logs in my barbecue. Right. Them lozenges work for you? Because my son brought me some. When he brought me cigarettes, they was doing some kind of promotion. And he brought me some on. Good night, Miss Boosie. Thanks for stopping by. You be safe and be blessed as well. Have you a good weekend. You cutting out. I'm about to cut out in a minute too, but not this soon. So don't start telling me good night. I don't know if y'all noticed. I did a few changes. Did y'all see the changes I did to my channel? I wonder if it's gonna interfere with things. What up, Bees Dad? Love you too, Miss Boosie. Enjoy your weekend. Y'all see I did changes to my channel? Y'all didn't see? Oh wow. One of them was a real long awaited change. Uh for years, my friend Tima and Steph used to always say, Mel, when you gonna take that prison picture off your page? And I used to be, it's not that bad. I'm gonna change it. Well, I finally changed it. And yeah, I did change the name. That is how I felt I should have done it originally. So I just set up there, I changed the name, I changed the picture, and we're gonna see where that goes. I wanna do more content, but deal with me. I don't what kind of content, like I wanna do a few more cooking videos, maybe slide that one cooking video in a week. But I eat so weird. I don't know if y'all gonna want to see that. And what do I mean when I say I eat weird? Y'all know. Like yeah, I like right now. All right, he's dead. I feel you. Thanks. But I have a review I want to do. My son be like, he be all jolly and shit when we doing the reviews and shit. But when I be showing him what it's gonna be and whatnot, he be like, "Man, you sure?" Cause I have a review that's coming up. I'm gonna try to get that out to y'all tomorrow, too. And when I told Terrell, he was like, "I don't want to do that review. I don't think I want to do that review with you." And I was like, "That's just cold blooded. I would do it with you." He was like, "But," and I was like, "But you eat everything, anything, and you won't do this review with me, you know?" So, but it's weird. Well, it's weird for us because we're not used to what I'm going to do this review on. But hey, it can work. And wow, when I do that review, I don't know what I'm going to title it. Maybe I'm gonna be like this, that review, but or put that in the description. But I know that's gonna be an interesting review. I just have to say, I thank God that Curtis is a good sport and he's greedy because, like I said, some of the things, right? Because some of the things I review, he don't necessarily want to review them. Weird foods. You know, I think I've done every weird food I could think of, unless I just start doing some fucked up food combinations. But I've done damn near every weird food I could think of. I've done the crickets. I've done the escargot. I've done seafood flavored chips because I like to go to the Asian store and I like their little shrimp chips. I'm not doing no. I'm just. There's just a line I have to draw. There's there's this line. I cannot do the balut egg. Sorry, not at all. There's the thought of eating that egg makes me want to throw up. Like I Keisha, you nasty. But the thought of eating the little baby duck or they just have a beak or some feet in my eggs or some little furry animal, I can't do that. I can't do that. I need to cook the duck, not the little baby in the egg. I have to cook the duck. Oh, and another weird food that I have not done, I have not done possum or coon or squirrel. I don't think I can do that. Just the thought of eating an animal that have little grabbers, uh, who knows what he's been grabbing on? I know most people don't eat that part. But you do have to cut it off when you're preparing it. And I just don't want to see no shit like that. I'm good. And no, I just can't do that one. I just cannot do the balut egg. I'm sorry. Because just like I say, the little furry duck and the little bill in there, I can't do that. I don't even like duck eggs. I've even tried duck eggs. Don't like them. Tried quail eggs. Pickled quail eggs. That was all right. I just didn't like the outcome. My sister told me eggs so expensive at Walmart. I might as well eat Eggland's Best. I say, well, I already do, so I don't know how expensive eggs are. I could not do the balut egg. You got to have the heart of a gunslinger to me to do the balut egg. You do that, my head is off to you because I can't even do the one in the clay pot. You know the chicken egg in the green tea pot. Can't even do that one. Nope. Uh, I thank my friends Alaskan Mama and Twin Two for doing it. Well, I think it was just Alaskan Mama by herself on that part. For doing it, for letting me know, hey bitch, that might not be for you. And see, when stuff lets you know that it might not be for you, then maybe sometimes you should listen to it. Because that egg looked like fucking the white looked like green jello with something that destroyed the yolk. And I just can't do that. Not messing with nobody's culture, not being disrespectful. No, you don't, because if you did, you came over here yesterday. You could have found some weird shit, brought it, and been like, hey bitches, I miss doing reviews with y'all. And I just so happen to bring one. Would y'all like to do it right now? And 9 out of 10 we'd be like, bitch, get the fuck out of our face. But we would have known, hey, he missed doing reviews with us. Maybe we can make time to do one review with his ass. And all right, love you too. Good night. You be blessed. You have you a good weekend. Stay safe. Did you lock your back door? See, these are not necessarily questions I would like to ask her, but since she's she talked more and she educated me on this and that, so to speak, I have to make sure these things are done. All right. I was just making sure. Good night, you and Pinky. Y'all have a good one. I my neighbor had some puppies, and I asked him what he wanted for them, and I'm too cheap for what he wanted. I just can't pay $300 for no dog with no papers. All right, Keisha. I just can't. And then that puppy looked like he was just lethargic for a pit. And I don't like puppies. You don't know me personally. Don't pick no dog out for me to give me. Because I myself, when I have the option, I always pick the puppy that people be like, why you want that puppy? Bitch, because I want it. It's just a certain way in the behavior of the dog that I buy that I like. And other people think that's a plus, a negative thing, but I don't think so. Or she ate twice. But fuck, listening to my sister, I don't even, she trying to fucking stop me from getting a dog. She talking about, ooh, Lord, dog food done went up. And I'm like, dog food is dog food. Like, but then come find out, this motherfucker feeding her dog shit like Call of the Wild and something, the wilderness and shit like that, Blue Wilderness or some shit. And I was like, bitch, that dog food costs. No one, I'm not saying I feed my babies uh or raw or nothing, which I might as well be, but I feed them a different formula by Walmart. Well, I'm saying Walmart, but it's by Sam's. Like I'm not feeding them no old Roy, but I feed them another Sam's dog food, but it's a better dog food. And um I used to I never fed my dogs. Me personally, all my dogs that I have ever owned have a dog food and raw meat. That's what I feed my dogs. I don't give them raw meat every day. I don't give them raw meat every week, but that's how I would feed them. I would feed them raw food and dry food together. But once I throw that raw food in there, they barely wanted to touch the kibble. So I just started feeding them like, and I gave them a set schedule. You know, this ain't happening every week, every month. But I used to, when I would feed them outside of dog food, I would feed them raw meat. um, leg quarters, kidneys, turkey necks, gizzards, cheap cheap cuts of beef, and if I fed them any vegetables, I would feed them broccoli, carrots, tomatoes. Those were the three vegetables. It would be all raw. Sometimes I would give them some white rice, but they mostly live their life eating dry kibble. And like that raw meat and shit like that, I used to give that to my bitches when they was lactating. And them puppies was kicking their asses. And they needed more protein and more nutrition to nurse them. Because Princess, she always dropped a litter of 11. Every litter, she dropped 3 litters. And it was always 11 puppies. And out the first litter, I want to say maybe 9 of them made it. Let me think. It was Scrappy, Pumpkin, Rita, Hamburglar, not Hamburglar. His name was his name ended up being Bandit. Okay, Bandit, Black, Buster. They had what was fucking it was a ugly. His name was Ugly. His name was Ugly. So out the first litter, 7 survived. But they were born so big, they were all over a pound, except for Rita. No, Ugly wasn't in that litter. It was what the fuck that little black bitch name was? Maybe Rita and Black was the twins, and Black got big. I don't remember, but only 7 or so made it out the first litter, and out the second litter, 5 made it. But out her last litter, all 11 of them bitches made it. And out of the 11, 5 of them was kind artists, escape artists. And oh my God, I used to just want to fucking tie them bitches up on chains and put them in the yard. And they were little puppies. They was just, hell no. I had Snow Scrappy Cane. I had them 3 dogs. But before Snow Scrappy came, I had Candy. That was the dogs I had when I was with Keisha. Our first dog was Candy. Then we got Snow. Then we got Cane. I bred Snow. I kept Scrappy and got rid of all the rest. What up, Brianna? How you doing? Right. I don't really believe in praying for no dog either too much, unless it's a specific breed. Right. They can't climb fences. I used to have a lab mix, and that bitch used to climb the fence like a motherfucker. My princess used to climb the fence. I've had quite a few dogs who climb the fence. Princess used to climb the fence. Rishaw used to climb the fence. Onyx used to climb the fence. And Onyx used to climb the fence like he was really climbing. But what Princess would do is She'll jump till she got to the top and she'll hold on. Then she'll just climb up the rest of the way to get over. That's how Rishaw used to get across too. Now I just hated that we moved here when we moved here because Scrappy was too old at that. Excuse me, at that point, because I wanted to get him in a tree. But when we moved here, Scrappy was like, ooh, maybe 8 or 9. You know, that's I know it wasn't too old to get him up in the tree, but at that point he was becoming an old man. Right. They are teachable. And that's what I was telling Curtis. I said, this dog, I'm going to train him to be a service dog. I said, I'm going to train him how to open doors. I'm going to train him how to bring me shit when I say bring it and shit like that. And this dog, I'm going to make sure he 100% bites. So that's my goal with my dog this time. Like, see, Scrappy, yeah, you would have. Scrappy was like, you had to push him to bite. His mama was not like that. I knew that bitch bit. Because the bitch tried to bite me. So I know the bitch bit. And, but Scrappy, he was a hoe. He'll fuck a dude up. Because he tried to eat fucking Keisha little cousin up. But if it's a broad, he gonna go fucking sit next to her and rub his head on it and shit. Bitch, stop trying to get a fucking feel, bitch. Bite that hoe. And that's my goals with this one. And my sister was telling me how much dog food is and shit. And I was like, and I'm trying to get this big furry beast. And dog food is going up. But like I told my sister, a good dog food, you don't have to feed them much. My mama and my daddy used to feed our dogs slop. And what I mean by that is, yeah, they used to buy dog food, but if we could get bone meal from the store, you know, the shit that be on the saw after they saw meat, if we could get to a store and get that, that's what we was feeding our dogs. We'll feed them bone meal and scraps. But they were outside dogs. I wouldn't feed no inside dog like that. Because if he has an accident, I don't want to clean that shit up. On Netflix, y'all, I watched 2 things. Uh, One was Trees of Peace. Y'all ever heard of that one? I was like, okay, this is pretty okay. That was about 4 women hiding in a closet during the invasion of Rwanda. And the other movie I watched was Hustle. That shit was good too. They both on Netflix. I saw something on Hulu I wanted to watch, so I probably watch that tomorrow. And but shit, Hustle was real good. It's an Adam Sandler movie with Queen Latifah. And I just don't know what I'm gonna watch next. Well, I'm about to say good night to y'all. And y'all be blessed. Y'all stay safe. Y'all enjoy y'all weekend. Happy Father's Day to y'all out there that are fathers, and to anyone celebrating Father's Day. I no longer celebrate it like that because my father's gone. And my kids are dicks. So I, my woman might give me something every now and then, but that's what it is. Yes, Trisha. Later, y'all. Y'all be blessed. Love y'all. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all have a good weekend. Enjoy it, but responsibly. Till next time, y'all. Peace, love, and hair grease. Night, Brianna. Later, Janelle. Later, Trisha. Man, my son's dick's like a motherfucker. They put the D and the K in dick. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. Have a good one. Be blessed. Later.